Hello there. Welcome to another episode on the Luminary podcast. We're still on the God's Businessman series. And today we're going to be rethinking career growth and mastery. So recently I was a guest on a webinar where we explored the topic of growth, how growth doesn't have to be a mystery. You know, in a world where growth can feel very elusive, where you are likely to submit the concept of growth to chance, to luck, right? But I believe growth can be very intentional, can be structured, and it can be predictable. Growth can be very predictable. So we had a swell time on that session, and that discussion left me reflecting. It left me reflecting on a question I hear often. Questions like, how do you measure real progress? Especially when you're on an unconventional career path. When you're on a career path that is not quite in the trend, that is not quite common among your peers. When you're at that point where you're unsure about your direction, you can't tell what would happen to this career path in the next 5 years. You're wondering, what if this career path vanishes even before I master or get to the top of it? Right? That's a very serious place to be. So this question hits close to home because of a conversation I had recently with a friend. She was planning to have our end of the year review. That's close to the ending of last year. But she was very uncertain. She was very uncertain about whether she had made any meaningful growth in her career. And we had that talk for quite some number of minutes. I shared a couple of things with her that I believe she had to just go back home to work on. And I had a thought of having a session, having an episode on this series talking about career growth and the mastery of the entire journey. So before we dive into unpacking this episode, I have an exciting announcement. I'm launching another series, a new podcast series very soon. It's titled Growth Alchemy. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to be exploring what I call the science of predictable, reproducible, and scalable growth. So whether it's career, personal development, business, whatever it is, we'll be breaking down actionable strategies to help you create the growth you desire. How you can actually engineer growth from a place of rest and from a place of predictability. But for now, let's just focus on today. Let's focus on navigating the journey of career growth and clarity, and how you can actually make meaningful progress that would last in the current world of buzz and trend that we're in. So to start with, I want to make a statement around the pitfall of comparison, how that one of the greatest enemies of our growth is lack of clarity. I'll take that again. One of the greatest enemies of your growth is lack of clarity. Being in a spot where you don't have clarity. And I know we're in a world where we are overwhelmed with access to information. We live in an age where we have the front row seat to the tiniest of progress that people are making. We are aware of things that we wouldn't have been aware of, decades ago. Back then, you just have to focus on your path, just do what you are doing, do what you are being told to do what you can see your peers doing, and you didn't know what everyone else was up to. I mean, it was a good time to be alive. It was a time where there was no place for you to have access to information that would create this cycle of constant comparison, right? And I think the lack of constant comparison that they had then made it easier for them to have clarity. They had less anxiety, right? But now we are bombarded with curated highlights from everywhere. It makes it look like everyone is moving faster, everyone is doing better. You just go on autopilot, comparing and comparing and comparing and comparing. You're comparing your real life with other people's apparent success. You're comparing your real life with snapshots of the best parts of another person's life. And what this does is it steals our peace. It clouds your vision. It clouds your vision. It does not just steal your peace, it clouds your vision in a way that you can't see clearly. So it makes it even harder for you to see yourself and see the growth, see the milestones that you are actually covering. So this craze of comparison is the trap that has kept people in a place where they don't have clarity. And when you don't have clarity, you cannot grow. You can't grow. You can be making efforts towards growth, but when you don't have clarity, nothing will happen. When you are not clear about where you are not clear about where you are going, you are not clear about how far you have gone, you're not clear about what it takes to get to where you are going. You are just here and there in your mind, comparing this with that. You are going to be stuck. So growth isn't about competing with the trends. It's not about following what everyone else is doing. To start with, your journey of growth begins with setting personal milestones. You are setting personal milestones that you are consistently moving toward. It becomes the benchmark. It becomes the yardstick for your measurement. When I spoke to my friend and I reminded her about how she's measuring her growth wrongly, she was looking around. She was looking at, other people. She was looking at other things happening around. And I pointed out the clear flaw, the clear fault there. How that the best way to actually measure growth isn't looking at others. It's actually setting your milestones. It's actually looking at the milestones that you have set for yourself at the start of your journey. Maybe at the start of the year, or maybe at the start of the month, or maybe at the start of the week. The question you should ask is, did I master a new skill? Did I complete a meaningful project? Did I gain deeper insight into my work? These are the metrics that actually matter, not the buzz all around or the trends on social media. You see, the thing is, if you can spend just 1 hour every day working on improving a skill. Now, not just getting jobs done, getting tasks done. I'm saying you are spending 1 hour actively learning, practicing and learning how to do it better, how to improve on that skill. I can assure you, in a matter of 6 months, you are going to outpace a large number of people. 1 hour every single day for 6 months, you are going to outrun a large number of people. You're not going to get to the top of your field. You're not going to get to the top 1% or the top 10%. But I can tell you, you are going to outpace about 50% of people that are just aspiring and, playing around that field. Just 1 hour every single day for the next 6 months. So one other thing that I shared with the friend of mine is that there's this error, there's this mistake we make when we think about career growth. We feel stuck on a particular career path because we feel like we've invested so much and we don't know where this career path or this industry is headed. And so it makes us doubt what we are doing, even though we've spent quite a number of time. We're midway walking on water, and then now we're doubting what we've done in the entire journey. And now the exact way to actually think about career growth is to think in terms of skill mastery and skill stacking. The thing is, trends will come and go. But I tell you, the people that actually acquire and refine their skills, refine skills like communication, refine skills like people management, negotiation, these are the people that will always remain relevant, regardless of what the trend or the buzz is. It's not just only about, mastering maybe the technical skills of your field. There are soft skills that are often overlooked. Yet, these are the ones that actually truly set you apart. That in the long run, you are sure of your relevance. You have skills that are transferable skills. So I just told her to, create a list of skills that are valuable in a field, told her to turn those skills into milestones and actively work towards mastering these skills. And the more you acquire knowledge, the more you make progress, the more you refine your skill, the more you can have something to measure your progress with. You can measure your proficiency on that skill through perhaps courses completed or projects successfully executed. But now you have something to work with. And that's the beauty of, thinking in terms of skill stacking. So you are stacking a number of skills, regardless of the job role, regardless of the career path. You are stacking transferable skills, valuable transferable skills that you can bring onto any project, you can bring onto any job role, you can bring onto any industry, regardless of what the buzz or the trend is. So what I'm saying is, growth doesn't have to be a mystery, especially career growth. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Your job is actually gaining clarity. And you start by setting milestones for yourself, not working with milestones that social media sets for you. You focus on your milestones, you get clarity on that, you work on mastering the skill, compound time investment into mastering the skill, and you're on your path to progress. So, think about it. Career trends and buzzes, they come and go. At one time, blogging was the odd thing. Then there was a time that it was YouTube, social media influencers. And there was a time it was crypto. There was a time it was dropshipping. There was a time it was AI, Web3. These things will come and go. They will come and go. What remains consistent across all these shifts are the individuals that stayed adaptable, acquiring transferable skills, acquiring skills like storytelling, negotiation, problem solving. Nobody talks about these things. Nobody mentions them. But this is actually what you should go after and measure yourself by these things. Measure your progress. Set milestones. I'm taking 3 courses on negotiation skills. I'm taking 2 courses on storytelling. I'm taking a pro bono project on managing people. I'm taking up a project that would enhance my problem solving skills. These are the things that you need. These are the things you need. This is how growth can not overwhelm you. This is how you can think about growth without being overwhelmed. So the key is not to start chasing every trend. The key is focus on mastering skills and stacking them one over another. Think of stacking communication skills. Think of getting strategic thinking skills, no matter the buzz. So in the upcoming series, I'm going to dive deep into the subject of growth alchemy. We're going to actually see the actual science of predictable and scalable growth. How you can move from 1 to 2, 2 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 50, 50 to 100. How you can make predictable and scalable growth that you can actually point to and say, this is what I have done. And you can move not just on an arithmetic level, but even on an exponential geometric level. But until then, thank you for listening. I'll see you on the next episode. I want you to do something. Share this episode with somebody that needs to hear this. Share this episode with someone. I want to see your comments. I want to hear what you are deciding to do as a result of this episode, you can listen again and again. In fact, I would recommend that you listen again and again. All right. So you can listen on YouTube, you can listen on Spotify, you can listen on AudioMac, you can also listen on Apple Podcast. Until I come to you on the next episode, take charge.